What if I told you that peace wasn't something you had to search for outside, but something you would build right inside your own home? Not with expensive renovations, not with new furniture, but with ancient wisdom, quiet rituals, and tiny, almost invisible shifts that change everything. Have you ever stepped into a home that felt so calm, so clear, that you instantly breathed easier, and then walked into your own house and felt the opposite? If you've ever stood in the middle of a clean room that still felt messy, if you ever looked around and felt like your house was somehow working against you, if you're tired of tidying, organizing, and still feeling like nothing changes, then what you're about to discover may shift your life more than any cleaning hack ever could. Because for centuries, the Japanese have cared for their homes not as a chore, but as a way of caring for their spirit. And in this video, I'll share with you 15 timeless principles woven into daily life across Japan that will help you transform your home into a space that doesn't just look better, it feels better. So make yourself a cup of tea, take a breath, and let's begin this journey together. From clutter to clarity, from exhaustion to ease, one gentle step at a time. The hidden burden. Why your home feels heavy even when it's clean. You wipe the counters, vacuum the floors, fold the laundry. The house looks clean, but somehow it still feels heavy. Like there's a weight in the air you can't quite explain. A sense of stillness, not the peaceful kind, but the stuck kind. Have you ever felt that? You're not alone. And there's a quiet truth the Japanese have long understood. Clean isn't the same as clear. In Japan, there's a centuries-old practice called usuji. It's not just cleaning, it's renewal. A ritual done with intention, presence, and care. Because they believe the energy of your space is the energy of you. And sometimes, the reason your home still feels chaotic is because you're wiping the surfaces, but not releasing the stagnation underneath. Usuji teaches us something beautifully simple. When you clean with presence, the space responds. And so do you? So how do you begin? Start small. Pick one room. Turn off the noise. No phones, no distractions. Open the windows. Let fresh air in. Move things out of their usual spots. Wipe the forgotten corners. Touch the space as if you were caring for something sacred. And when you're done, don't rush away. Pause. Stand still. Feel the difference. This isn't just about dust or dirt. It's about what the space is holding on to and what you're ready to release. You can even create your own cleansing ritual once a month. Put on calming music. Light a candle. Make tea afterward. Turn the moment into self-care, not another chore on the list. Because here's what's beautiful. When you clean with presence, the mess doesn't come back as fast. Because the energy has shifted. And so has your relationship with your home. And from that shift comes a space for something new to grow. Declutter your soul. Letting go through Dan Sari and Madanai. You've probably heard the advice before. Just get rid of what you don't need. But if it were that easy, why does it feel so hard? Why does opening a closet feel like facing 1,000 little decisions? Why do we hold on to jeans that don't fit? Books we'll never read? Gadgets we forgot we had? Because letting go isn't just physical, it's emotional. And the Japanese understand this deeply. They have a beautiful principle called Dan Sari. It means refuse, discard, separate. But more than that, it means choosing who you are now, not who you were 10 years ago, not who you hope to be, just now. Dan Sari asks one powerful question. If you were building your life from scratch today, would you choose this? And if the answer is no, let it go. But there's another layer, one that keeps you grounded in gratitude. It's called Madanai, a phrase that means what a waste. But in practice, it's a reverence for what you already have. You see, Decluttering isn't about throwing things away recklessly. It's about honoring what once served you, thanking it, and then releasing it so something else can bloom. Here's how you can start. Pick one drawer. Touch every item with intention. Ask, is it useful? Does it bring me joy? Would I buy this again today? If not, thank it, and place it in a let-go basket, one you keep in your home for things you're ready to release each week. At the end of the month, donate, recycle, release. This simple rhythm of noticing, honoring, letting go becomes a meditation. And the result? More space, more clarity, and a quiet joy in knowing that your home reflects not your past, but your present. Because the truth is, the more you release what no longer serves you, the more room you create for what does. Seeing clearly, the magic of vertical organization and empty space. Have you ever opened a drawer and instantly felt overwhelmed? T-shirts tumbling over, piles stacked so high you can't see what's at the bottom. You grab one thing, and the whole system falls apart. You're not messy. You're just using the wrong strategy. In Japan, they've mastered the quiet genius of visibility. They call it tatiku, the art of vertical organization. And it's as simple as this. If you can see it, you'll use it. If it's buried, it becomes clutter. Imagine your clothes folded standing upright, like books on a shelf. No more digging. No more forgotten items at the bottom of the stack. Just clarity. Try this today. Open one drawer. Fold everything vertically. Line your shirts or towels side by side, not on top of each other. Use dividers or even old boxes to keep rows neat. It'll feel like magic. But this principle goes beyond drawers. The Japanese also honor something deeper, a concept called ma, the value of empty space. In Western culture, we often feel the urge to fill. Every wall needs a picture. Every surface needs a decoration. Every shelf needs something. But Ma teaches the opposite, that emptiness is not absence. It's presence. It's the pause between notes in a song, the breath between thoughts. And in a room, it's a space that allows you to rest visually, emotionally, spiritually. So look around your home. Is there room to breathe? Try leaving one shelf half empty. Take down a few pictures. Let a table stand with just a lamp and a single cherished object. You'll be amazed at how the energy of the room shifts. From crowded to calm. From noise to stillness. Because clarity doesn't just come from what we add. It comes from what we remove. And when your eyes have space to rest, your mind does too. Tiny rituals, big change. 1-minute habits that transform your day. Sometimes, it's not the big messes that wear us down. It's the little things. The plate left in the sink. The shoes by the door. The towel on the floor. One item becomes two. Two becomes 10. And before you know it, the house feels like it's closing in on you again. But what if peace didn't require more effort? Just better timing? The Japanese have a beautiful principle called ishi isho, which means one moment, one life. The idea is
the
simple.
1-minute habit.
If it takes less than a minute, do it now.
Action.
Not later. Not when you have time. Now. It's a quiet revolution.
Do it now.
One dish washed right after lunch. One pillow fluffed when you leave the couch. One deep breath as you fold a blanket. Not because you have to, but because you can. And when you bring presence into those tiny actions, you shift from reacting to responding, from fighting the mess to flowing with the rhythm of life. This pairs beautifully with another Japanese principle, kokoro wa kami, to put your heart into what you do, not in some poetic, unreachable way, but in the way you smooth a bedsheet, or rinse a cup, or open a window to let in the morning air. These are not chores. They are small decorations. I honor this space. I honor this moment. I honor myself. So here's your invitation. Pick
Fold
one
your
habit
towel
today,
with care.
something that usually gets delayed, and turn it into a 1-minute ritual. Light a candle before you clean. Fold your towel with care instead of a quick toss. Water a plant like it's a friend. These moments become anchors, and in time, they ripple outwards, changing not just your home, but how you feel inside of it. Because peace doesn't come when the house is perfect. It comes when you're present with the imperfect
If I don't,
and gentle
no one
with
will.
yourself in the process. The Japanese art of living together, turning housework into shared care. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like the house is your job? That if you don't do the dishes, no one will. If you don't pick up the socks, they'll stay there. If you don't remind, clean, fold, wipe, it just doesn't get done. It's exhausting. And maybe you started to believe that this is just how it is, but it doesn't have to be. In Japan, there's a quiet cultural value called otogaizuma, which loosely means we're in this together. It's not about assigning chores. It's not about yelling guilt or making a list on the fridge. It's about shifting the spirit of the home from obligation to shared care. Even children in Japan are taught early on. Caring for your space is an act of kindness for yourself, for the people you love, for the place you live. Imagine this. Once a week, you light a candle, put on music, and for 10 minutes, everyone in the house does one small task. No pressure, no perfection, just a quiet rhythm of support. Or create a kindness wall with little sticky notes. Each one a small job. Wipe the mirror, fold the towels, tidy a drawer. When someone completes a task, they add a heart. It becomes a game, not a demand. A symbol of effort, not of guilt. The power here isn't in control. It's in connection. Because when everyone shares a responsibility, the home transforms into a place of balance. The tension softens, the resentment lifts, and something beautiful happens. People begin to notice. They notice the clean counter. They notice the peaceful feeling. They notice you, not as a maid, not as a martyr, but as someone worth supporting. And over time, the home no longer feels like a burden carried by one person, but a haven built by many hands. That's the art of living together. The power of atmosphere. How scents and floors shape your emotions. Have you ever walked into someone's home and it just felt right? Maybe it smelled of lemon and cedar. Maybe the floors were warm and spotless. Maybe you couldn't even name what it was, but you felt calm, at peace, safe. That's not an accident. It's atmosphere. In Japan, this is not a luxury. It's a daily ritual, a blend of two powerful concepts. Kodo, the way of aroma, and Ashimoto, care for what's under your feet. Let's start with scent. Smell is the most emotional of all the senses. It bypasses logic and goes straight to memory. A childhood kitchen, a loved one's hug, a walk through the forest after rain. Kodo invites us to be intentional with this, not to mask odors, but to infuse a feeling into a room. A few drops of lavender in the bedroom, citrus oil in the kitchen, pine or green tea by the front door. In Japan, they even boil orange peels with cloves to scent the home, a tradition that costs nothing, but transforms everything. Now, let's talk about the floor. We rarely think of it until it's dirty. But in Japanese culture, the floor is sacred. It's where energy begins, where you stand, walk, rest, and how you treat it is how you ground yourself. So here's a shift. Instead of racing through with a mop, make it a moment. Use warm water and a soft cloth. Notice the corners. Play calming music. Open the windows. Better yet, Make shoes off a new norm in your home. Add a basket, a small bench, a place for slippers. It's not just cleaner. It's respectful to the home, to your body, to your peace. Because here's the secret. When your home smells like comfort and feels clean beneath your feet, you don't just see the difference. You feel it every single day. And your guests, they'll feel it too, even if they can't explain why. From function to flow,
Life
smart
gets
ways to
lighter.
make small spaces work for you. Do you ever look around your home and think, I just don't have enough space? If only I had a bigger kitchen, a larger closet, one more room. But here's the quiet truth the Japanese have mastered. It's not about how much space you have. It's about how well it works for you. In Japan, where apartments are often tiny, every inch is honored. Every corner serves a purpose, and every item is placed with intention. This is the art of shikata, the smart use of space, not just to store more things, but to make life easier.
Finding magic
Let me show
in the
you how it
ordinary.
looks in practice. The
Ichigo
back of a
Ichie.
door, add hooks, hang bags, keys, even cleaning cloths. Under the bed, slide in drawers for linens, out-of-season clothes, or hobby supplies. The wall beside your sink, install a magnetic strip for knives, or hang small shelves for spices. And it's not just about fitting more, it's about flow. The Japanese pair shikata with another powerful principle. Kaizen no cooking, continuous improvement of space. They believe your home should evolve with you. That every drawer,
Right
every
now.
shelf, every routine
Bring
is a
yourself
living
home.
thing, open to change. So ask yourself, is this layout helping me or frustrating me? Do I really need this table here? What if I move this chair? Swap this bin? Added a shelf up here instead of down there? Even the smallest tweak can unlock huge relief. Here's a fun way to try it. Pick one space today. A kitchen drawer, the hallway, your bathroom counter. Spend 15 minutes rethinking it. Remove what doesn't serve you. Group like with like. Use clear containers if possible. Label if needed. Then step back. Feel what's changed. It's not just organization. It's liberation. Your space begins to serve you, not the other way around. And with each small shift, you'll notice something beautiful. Life gets lighter. Time stretches. The home feels easier. That's the power of function flowing with you, not fighting against you. The now moment, creating a home that loves you back. Have you ever caught yourself saying, I'll organize the house next weekend. I'll clean when I have more energy. I'll make it beautiful someday. But then someday doesn't come, and the clutter grows, the tension rises, and the home that once felt like comfort starts to feel like a list of things left undone. Here's what the Japanese understand that many of us forget. There is no later, there's only now. They call it Ichigo Ichi. One time, one meeting, a sacred reminder that this moment will never come again. So what if you stopped waiting for perfect? What if you stopped waiting for the weekend, the mood, the motivation, and instead found magic in the ordinary? When you fold the laundry slowly, when you light a candle before dinner just because, when you pause, breathe, and say, this is enough, right here. It's not about being productive. It's about being present, even in cleaning. Even in small, quiet tasks, even in a messy kitchen, at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday, because your home doesn't need to be perfect to feel sacred. It just needs your attention. So here's your invitation. Don't wait until everything is in order to feel peace. Create peace moment by moment, right in the middle of the mess. Let your home reflect the love and presence you bring into it. Little by little, day by day. Because when you do, something amazing happens. your home starts to love you back. The gentle revolution begins with you. So, we walk through 15 timeless principles, not rules, not chores, but quiet invitations to reclaim peace, to rediscover presence, to come home to yourself. We talked about cleaning as a form of renewal, not punishment, letting go with grace, physically and emotionally, creating space not just for things, but for stillness, turning tiny moments into meaningful rituals, honoring your floors, your air, your now, and most of all, choosing to care together. But now I want to ask you, which one spoke to you the most? Which one do you feel ready to try, maybe even today? Because here's the truth. You don't need to change everything. You don't need to do it all at once. You just need to start. One drawer, 1 minute, one moment of care. And I promise, your home will feel it. You will feel it. So tell me in the comments, which Japanese secret will you apply first? I read every word, and I love hearing what touches your heart. And if this video sparked something inside you, if it reminded you that peace is still possible, please share it with someone who needs that reminder too. Because this isn't just about homes. It's about healing. It's about living with more meaning, more love, more presence. So go gently, go slowly, but go. Your gentle revolution starts now.